All right, today we're diving into something huge, a blueprint that claims it can end global hunger. It's called the QILLZONE Initiative, and its whole premise is built on this really radical idea. The problem isn't a lack of food, it's that our system is completely broken. So let's break down how they plan to fix it.
And really, the entire mission kicks off from this one powerful idea. Think about this for a second. It's a crazy paradox, right? We waste more food than we would need to feed every single person on the planet, and yet people are still starving. That tells you right away the problem isn't about production. It's got to be the system. And that right there is the core of this whole thing. It's all about reframing the problem. So instead of just trying to produce more and more food, the argument here is that we need a fundamental shift. We need to change the very, software our society is running on.
Yeah, this slide really nails the concept. On one side, you've got this outdated scarcity software, the old way of thinking, where everyone's just competing, fighting over scraps. But the proposal is to upgrade our collective thinking to what they call a new abundance reality. We're talking about moving from competition to cooperation. It's a complete 180-degree shift in mindset. Okay, so how do you actually do that? How do you make that massive shift happen? Well, the plan lays out something called the QILLZone Solution Engine. This is where all those big philosophical ideas start to become a real, concrete step-by-step plan. So right at the heart of this whole engine is the kill zone. And yeah, you can just think of it as chill zone. Basically, it's any location, it could be a cafe, a community kitchen, whatever, that gets certified. It becomes a hub that provides sustainable, plant-based meals and, crucially, acts as an anchor for this whole new economy.
And how do you create these QIL zones? That's where ClubQILL comes in. You can think of it like the franchise program. It's the instruction manual, the how-to guide that lets them replicate this system anywhere on Earth by training and certifying new spots. So who are the people driving this whole thing? Well, the mission is led by someone named Sarah, who's described as a pioneer of peace and ambassador of hope. She's got an internationally famous urban planner on board, and they're partnered with a company called Today's Ultimate Solutions. And get this, they're also using a special kind of AI called GENII, which stands for Generative Intentional Intelligence. It sounds like an AI that helps guide the strategy with human values baked right in.
Now, this isn't just some far-off dream on paper. There's a real-deal launch date. Everything is set to kick off in December 2025. They're starting with a tour called ARC 18 in India, and the goal is simple. Get on the ground and start training and certifying the very first QIL zones. Okay, so what does this actually look like when the rubber meets the road, for a real community? The blueprint lays out a very clear step-by-step strategy they call the path to peace. And you might be surprised to hear that this massive, world-changing mission, it all starts with something really small and tangible. It literally begins with one single food item, the Barness Miracle Bar. This is step one, tackling immediate hunger and nutrition right out of the gate.
And this is where it all clicks into place. You can really see the logic here. Step one, the Barness Miracle Bar solves the immediate need for food. Once people aren't hungry, you can move to step two, training local teams to get their QIL zone certification. Then you build permaculture farms to create a sustainable, self-sufficient food engine. And finally, once you have that food surplus, you've got the foundation to create a brand new circular economy. See how each step just logically builds on the one before it? It's pretty smart.
And it's not like the food itself is an afterthought. It's worth pointing out that the whole nutritional standard is based on some serious science. Dr. Michael Greger's Daily doesn't. So right from the get-go, there's a focus on providing complete, balanced, whole food nutrition. This isn't just about calories, it's about health.
Okay, so solving hunger is the first massive step, but that's really just the beginning. The ultimate goal is way bigger. It's about using that new foundation of food security to build an entirely new way for an economy to work. And this comparison just lays it all out, crystal clear. The old economy, the one we're in now, it's driven by fighting over scraps based on scarcity, and it's all about competition. The new economy they're proposing, it's the exact opposite. It's driven by sharing a massive surplus, it's based on abundance, and it's all collaborative. It's a total paradigm shift.
So what's the engine for this new economy? It's a circular, barter-based model. And that sounds complicated, but it's pretty simple. It's just a system designed to make sure that any extra goods or services get traded and used within the community, instead of just going to waste. They call this system the trade show of creative sharing.
The idea is to create this powerful barter system where people can trade goods and services all at fair market value. They mentioned that this enhances the value of something called the Barneskion, which sounds like a local currency, but the real endgame here is to create communities that are truly self-sufficient and resilient. All right, so we've looked at the problem, we've seen the nuts and bolts solution, and we've talked about the new economic model. The final piece of this puzzle ties it all together. It's the core philosophy, which they call an invitation to abundance.
And really, if you take one thing away, it should be this. This whole thing is about more than just food or money. It's about us as humans guiding our future with our own wisdom, putting our intent and our values first, instead of just letting these old broken systems keep running on autopilot.
So you gotta ask, how do you get millions of people to actually buy into an idea this big? Well, this quote right here reveals the secret sauce. The mission is to manifest sustainability by making it profitable and fun. It's a brilliant insight, right? For any real change to stick, people have to want to do it. It has to be enjoyable and beneficial.
And that really leaves us with a powerful question to chew on. Just imagine, what if sustainability was actually profitable and fun? What if solving our biggest problems wasn't about sacrifice, but about creating something better that we all enjoy? How would that change, well, everything?
At the end of the day, the goal is stated as clearly and boldly as possible. It's a direct, ambitious call to action. Join the mission to end hunger now.
And the final invitation is directly to you, to everyone. They're asking people to get involved at whatever level makes sense. You can just follow along, you can join a team, or, hey, you can even step up and lead a new QILLZone initiative right there in your own community. So if this has got you curious and you want to dive deeper, here are all the places to go. You can check out ClubQILL.com, todaysultimate.com, find them on YouTube. Heck, they even say to ask your AI about GENII. It's a fascinating, incredibly ambitious plan for sure. We'll definitely be keeping an eye on how it all unfolds. Thanks so much for joining me on this one.